hi, Christopher here with Adventure Van Conversions and Petr from HURAMOBIL and Big Moto Trip.
Nice to meet you and nice to... Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Today I am showcasing you the new van that we built, a very beastly van with the owner of the vehicle, with Petr from Big Moto Trip and HURAMOBIL. He is our first Czech Republic customer and he decided to be in the movie with me today and talk about the van together with me. So nice to have you in the channel, Petr.
Nice for having me here.
And we will now do an unusual tour because I will talk with you guys about more or less the outside of the car and the technical things that I love about it, which is obviously driving it, off-roading it. This is my favorite part of every van build. And Petr will tell you about his needs and necessities of the vehicle and what is the decision behind some of the things that we will have in the inside. So we met with Petr not so far from here because we had the event just next to the bridge next to us, yeah. Not so far away. Petr contacted me in 2021 the first time, I think.
Yep. 2021.
Then he joined us at our show. He made a lot of content there and a lot of thinking. And after about 2 years, I think, because that was last year or year and a half ago, something like that, we started to talk about the build.
Then I was like checking the opportunities and so on. Then I ordered the van because that one is the last of 4 vans which has been with this type of engine.
Yeah.
So I ordered it and then I left it under the roof, to be honest, like for 1.5 years. And then I contacted you, like, let's proceed.
Let's do it, let's continue. Yeah. So what is very important, this is still a 6-cylinder V6 engine with the Oberragnar 4-wheel drive. So it has 4-wheel drive selectable and low range and 2,000 kilometers on the clock only. So this is a brand new van. The technology that people love and cherish a lot, and I do a lot, but these vans became really expensive as just the van, as the shell. Yeah. So lately we are working a lot on the new 4-cylinders, which are also very good vehicles, but obviously the heart always goes to the V6 motor. But you know, it's very hard to get them. So this is one of the things that this van is special. It's that it is a brand new van with the V6 engine. Very easy to tune. You can go 230 horsepower in here when your warranty is over, obviously. And the performance of the van is also really good. So also very important, 4.1 ton van, 3.5 tons. It's not reachable to do it. This van is 3.5 tons solo as it stands here. I think it's a little bit more even. I didn't do the final weight, but whenever I was checking the weight, it was 3.5 tons. Just with some little parts missing. So it's very important that the van is prepared for all the weight and all the things that will be on it. So now, Petr, I will show my viewers outside. You will take the camera and then we switch.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So where to start with this crazy build? This is one of these builds that are super comprehensive and they cover every aspect of the vehicle. If I would like to compare this build to anything else that we did in the past, it will be pretty much the same level as Stradale van that we did last year. Everything is thought of, every single part is made. So here we have all of the options, but I will start with the classic features. We have made a very beautiful color of Raptor liner. So the whole car is covered. It's completely color changed. We have very nice fully homologated TUV certified sleeping pods with a little window, so that extends the sleeping space inside. We do have a Dometic awning. We have an elevating roof, but it's raining from time to time and we don't want to get it too wet now. It's fully water resistant, but you know, when you fold it down with the rain, you always have to open it and let it dry. So we have 480 watts of solar power. We do have a Starlink. We do have a Max fan to keep things cool. This is a van prepared for very heavy use for a solo traveler with his family, pretty much. So they will be self-sufficient and they have to be able to go out of any oppression. So it means that we have a lot of tweaks in here, a lot of necessities, let's say, like a winch, like very nice suspension and the snorkel and a lot of backdoor gears, a lot of upgrades, which I will now go in depth and talk about piece by piece. So there are two most important modifications in every Sprinter van which is turned into camper. One of them is the winch. We know that these vans are very capable, but also we know that very often winch is very necessary to take you out of some problems, some troubles. So sometimes going through obstacles is much easier with the winch itself. You know, these are very heavy and very expensive vehicles, so, you know, jumping them around not always necessarily is the thing to do. So what we have is here we have our original AVC manufactured winch plate with shackles and with Super Winch SX10 winch. We have Trans Siberia lights. So they're responsible for having much nicer lighting in the night. This is basically a cool setup, good lights, good winch. These are the safety features that will help you when you're solo on the trail somewhere. You know, it always brings that confidence. First of all, you have much nicer light in the night when you maneuver, and second of all, you can tackle most of the off-road conditions when you have the winch. So if you're planning to tour around Africa or generally dusty conditions, you need a snorkel. It's not like a necessity, but it does help to keep your air filter cleaner. Obviously, the snorkel is made for this reason, to get cleaner air from higher level rather than take dusty air from the lower level of the ground and put all of the dirt in the filter space. We have tested it. I've been to Morocco, to Tunisia and some countries where we had vans with no snorkel and with snorkel, and the difference was very big. Obviously, snorkel will also allow you to go through deeper water, but you know, you don't go with the snorkel, we don't go as deep as the snorkel because obviously the car will get flooded. But also it's very important to know that Sprinters are made in the way that they can actually go to the water as deep as the blinker plus minus, because in this area you have the ECU, which is very vulnerable. So anyways, going in the water as deep as here, it's a heavy stuff, and it is already a great challenge for the van. We have off-road lights all around, so we have Strands lights, we have the SL scenes that are lighting the area of the van whenever you need it in the night for maneuvering, for servicing, maybe repairs in the night, who knows what happens, changing the tire. You can do that in a very comfortable space. Recovery boards for sand, for mud, for winter, for snow. This is a necessity when you don't have a winch. This is a must thing, it's a must need thing. If you have a winch, you really don't need it like that much, but if you're a solo traveler, you might need it. I've used very often both winch and the recovery boards together at one place because, for example, I was stuck in the sand alone, so I was digging the wheel in the sand, then I was winching myself out, and then I had to put my back wheels on the boards to be able to start the van and go further with the sand. Spare wheel carrier with we made it custom, so we have a nice wheel in here. We have two 65/70 R17 BF Goodrich all-terrain, the best all-terrain tire on the market, and we have a beautiful black Rhino Atlas all around the car, but I saved some information about this for a little bit later. A big box, a ski box, but this box will be probably used for some other things, not only the skis. It's already a little bit full. Well, we removed some stuff from it. So we have the pan, we have the Dutch oven in here. So there's gonna be a lot of gear, very easy accessible axe. You need an axe when someone attacks you. You can just take an axe and fight with him, or just chop the wood, just, you know, regular thing. And very important, in the back, and the reason we are here in this position is that I want to show you something very important in the back. an agile off-road differential cover which replaces any skid plates. So you actually really don't need that much of the skid plates, especially in the diff, because it's hard to mount them and it's very easy to rip a diff cover out, like a classic one, the classic slider, the rock slider. And this one replaces the original diff cover, which is very vulnerable, and I actually I ripped it off actually in Anza Borrego last year in our van. So this one allows you to tackle a lot of off-road conditions in comfort, that you won't rip the original diff cover, your diff oil will not go on the floor, and you will be just able to continue the journey. You can just use it as a classic rock slider. This is a very, very important feature. Here, when we are in the garage area, we have all our pouches. This van is super high from here because there's a little hole in here, so I can reach it. So we have all the pouches. This is all custom made with nice orange stitching. This is what Petr wanted for us to do for him. So we have the awning lever here, we can roll it. We have, you know, the outside shower with very hot water actually. And we do have a feature that Petr wanted us to install. We have a huge slide out box which can hold, for example, scooters, electric scooters. We have plugs in there so we can plug them in. So here we can put 2 scooters. Here we have some camera gear. Here we have, for example, a table. We don't have to slide out the whole box, we can just keep it slided in. But if we want to service the van, if we want to go inside, open the electronical box, change some fuses, we can do it very easily. And this is also a kitchen, which is pretty crazy. I will start with that one. A lot of storage in here, and then maybe for the viewers it will be easier when I fold it back. We have a kitchen slider with a little table, with a little box for cutlery or spices, with a big storage again. And here will be a little kitchen, whatever we decide, if it's going to be Primus, Coleman, whatever. Here you can put your outside kitchen. You can cook in the outside in a nice area like in here. It's a little bit loud because we are just by the river, but I love the sound of nature. So this is a cool place. So you can take your cooking outside and live the life like it should be actually, and enjoying it. So you can slide it all in. Goes very easily. You can use it also this way, so it all depends from your needs. If it's super windy, you can just close yourself a little bit with the doors, right? You can hide from the wind, you can do all of the cooking, all of the chopping, onions and everything. I think the best way to cook fish is like outside and not inside of the van and making everything smell like fish. So this is a cool feature. There's a lot of space still in the garage. We have mosquito nets obviously all the way around, but as you see, there's a lot of space in the garage, so still it can be used to take some gear. And now we will go to my favorite feature, the one that, because of which I love this van. I love to drive it and I'm enjoying every second of it. The most important thing for this van, the thing that I love the most and makes me happy and smile a lot, is the suspension. We used VanUp X King's suspension, which we are exclusive dealer here in Europe. This is a game changer. This is a completely different level of handling, paired with the BF Goodrich tires, which should actually be not so capable on road. This car is extremely capable. It handles on road like in a regular vehicle, crazy handling actually. And in off-road, it allows you to set it to soft and fast, so you can actually set it and to your preference. I mean, this is a game changer. We have the King suspension in the front and in the back, paired with 265/70 R17 BF Goodrich tires and Black Rhino Atlas. Wheels, I mean, this is, sorry, Black Rhino Armory wheels. This is crazy, crazy setup. And this is my favorite feature, and now you will be able to see how it handles. Really, I'm very overwhelmed with how this car performs with the engine, with the wheels, because these are big wheels. The car is not the lightest on the planet because it's a long wheelbase, obviously. So I'm very, very surprised how it performs generally in terms of the engine and speed and revving and everything. But the most important part is obviously the suspension, which in this car is absolutely amazing. So we have the King shocks, Van-Up King shocks. This is very important because King shocks and Van-Up King shocks are completely different products. We are driving 90 kilometers per hour, which is legal here, and we can dive in the curves without having the feeling that we will roll the car or flip it over. So we will go up to 100 kilometers per hour. I don't even floor it completely, I just let it flow, and we have a nice long turn where it's so stable I could close my eyes and do it. So now we're on 100 and we don't even feel that there was a turn. This is the most important and most favorite part of this van for me. Like really the most favorite part of the van is how it performs and how it handles on the road. Here we have a little road which is a little bit close, so you can see I can just go like this. We're driving like 80, it's legal here. So you can see I can cut corners. We have some camera gear flying around in the back, but I can cut the corners. I can do a lot of nervous moves pretty much. And normally that's impossible in a van which has any other suspension. We've tested a lot of suspensions, so the closest to this one is Öhlins, but I think in reality this one is performing much better on road because we have easy access to regulation, to clicks, so we can click it and set it to our preference. And again, I'm doing some moves that I couldn't do in any other van because we would be already flipped, or we will be losing control and maybe going on outside of the road. So this is an amazing part, a friend. This is an amazing part of this vehicle. My favorite part of this vehicle is that this is the best handling vehicle that we ever made. This is for sure. I'm enjoying the vehicle all the time. I'm enjoying being here at the driver's position, sitting on this nice leather, having this nice leather touch everywhere, the steering wheel, everything is super nice. Suspension works perfectly. We have just enough power so we can floor it and we can gain some speed, and it's perfect. So this is my favorite feature, number one feature. The car handles and performs as a regular road car, not a heavy off-road lifted van with big wheels. The car still has space to go more on the bank, so I think we could go all the time on the bank, but very slowly. But as I mentioned, this is the moment in every Sprinter van where you are afraid, because you are sitting very high and your view is very high, so obviously you think you will tilt very, very, very soon. This doesn't happen, but this is what I don't like about the vans generally. So now we will set the suspension to soft. It's easy. So you have many clicks, you have 32 clicks. So you can always set your suspension to your preference. So now we go fully soft. Before we were fully hard for the road conditions. Also very easy access here. And now we should have much more soft performance, which is for the dirt roads. It can be driven on the road, on the main road as well, on the pavement, but slower. You just have to be more careful. That's it, ready to go. So we didn't air down takes a little bit too much time. So we will hear some road noises, but already the suspension itself is doing a good job, because if we would just have a little bit less pressure, we would just flow over the obstacles, just flow over. Now we can flow. It's just that, you know, a lot of pressure in the tires create a lot of noise, which is normal in the off-road. This road was always very shit. But I take my Polaris here and I flat out in here completely. We fly over every obstacle. Yeah, and whenever you have situation that you are flipping the van, if you would ever encounter this situation that you are about to flip, you always speed up. If you would be flipping this side, if you have this feeling, you always speed up and turn left aggressively. So then the van goes, the energy of the movement goes on the bank, and you should be able to put the van back on the wheels. Yeah, and now it's really good. Now the suspension had time, the shocks had time to adapt to the new setup, but we do have too much pressure in the wheels, so we will not be going crazy. But if you air down to 2 bars, you would be able to fly it here. So the car will be very dirty. This is a off-road van, it must be dirty. Whoop, whoop, whoop. All right, so the last feature I'm showing you is the beautiful leather work. We have the whole driver's cab covered with beautiful leather, with a special stitching that relates to HURAMOBIL colors and big moto trip colors. We love the little orange accents, very little gray accents. This is an anthracite color of leather, so it actually relates perfectly to the color of the aluminum cabinetry. We do have a lot of features inside, like audio system from Pro Audio. Everything is super sound dampened, super insulated, but the rest of the van will be now presented to you by Petr. So I'm taking the camera, and now it's his turn.
Okay, come on, so let's get inside. Guys, you probably don't know me because this is for Chris, for his channel Adventure Van Conversions, which is based in Poland. But if you would be in Czech Republic, you would probably know me as a tech YouTuber, and that's what you see. That's what got in my mind, that I need to focus mainly on different type of products, not only mobile phones, but also different products. And that's why we are focusing a little bit our channel. So we are a family of 3 people, me, my girlfriend, and my newborn, which is around 1 year old. And that's why I asked Chris to make such a van where our family could be and also where I could work. So as you see, this will be the main part, the working part, and also the living area, because obviously you've got only a few square meters. And as you see, we ordered a new monitor from ASUS. It's a monitor worth of like 4,000 euros, which we need because of accurate colors for editing the video and also high brightness. So Chris told you about the leatherwork, and also, as you can see, there are 2 big parts for me. Like for a tech YouTuber, you can see the visor dock and Navidock from Teradek, which is a mounting solution for using GoPros, iPad. And as I thought, like all of us would fit behind, which I don't know, maybe, but also I asked Chris to make a roof tent, because it would better to fit inside, like 2 people will be in the back, 2 will be up in the probably, as maybe the second child will come, we don't know exactly. So, and also like I love animals, and my dream was like to go to Africa, and the dream is still on. So I think like I can use also the tent when I will go to Africa to catch the morning, the sunrise and sunset, and taking nice pictures of the animals in Africa over there. So As you see, also we are in a small, pretty small space, which is, I think, like used up to the end. So you can see two shelves up here. It's there's already some kind of my stuff. You can see a drone, but you can also see there is a plug for 220 volts, which we have an inverter in here. And also there are a lot of, like, I think like 6 plugs for USB-C and USB-A. So this will be the main compartment where I will charge all my stuff. Beside this one, because that notebook is charged from the monitor, and the monitor goes to 220. So the other compartment will be just for everything, for daily stuff. Also the other ones, like for the kitchen stuff, also for clothing, because we are like group of 3, as you see. And what I love is there is a lot of storage space in here for kitchen stuff and so on. And we also we have a foam where are the glasses. Everything is stored. So if you everything is stored in foam. So if you ride also the off-road section, nothing crinkles, nothing. You don't hear anything, any non-wanting sound effects, which you obviously don't want here. Those are the compartments. I really don't know, as there are so many of them. I don't know exactly, right? I haven't learned it yet. But as you see, here are the cutlery, the bowls, the cups. Everything is well positioned, so you don't hear it while driving. So this is the part of the kitchen, like the bottom part. On the upper part, you see Solgas brand. I don't know the brand. Chris knows it. So that's a cooker. Gas cooker, is it right? Gas cooker. So there's the gas cooker with also like a small exhaust out, because it produces heat. Also a lot of compartments over here which you can close, and it closes so smoothly. Just click and another click. And this is the main part. I don't know if Chris would like to speak about it, but from my point of view, it's like a base station of the car where you can set up everything about electricity, water pump, inverter, Starlink. We've got here a Starlink mount. It's up on the roof, and you can turn it on and turn it off via this display, or you have an app in your mobile phone. You can control everything in your app. So you are lying here in the bed and turning on, turning off the lights, also the water pump, also the Starlink. This is the inverter, and with these you can also turn on the water pump manually or with the switch, not only through the application. Another USB over here, Webasto. It's a Webasto heating system for the car, and it's well insulated. So we are here, and it's outside pretty humid and also warm, but here is nice and cozy. Also, this is because of the Max air van, which is up here. You can also like lie in the bed, use only this remote control, and you can enjoy the fresh air. And the Max fan can pull the fresh air in, or push the bed hot air out. Maybe if you are staying somewhere in the city, and you can come to the car, and it's pretty nice and cozy in the car already. And it uses so low power that you can use that solars, and you can use it non-stop. It doesn't discharge the battery almost at all. So the last two sections in here, in the middle of the van, is over here is the bathroom with the toilet. Is it this one or is it this one? This one, yeah. So you can see there's a mirror, which is obviously one of the most important parts for the girls. And you've got a shower over here and a nice toilet, which also is mainly for girls, because for me it's better to poop outside if we are not,
Smelly poop.
so if we are not in the city.
But this is Klesana, this makes no smell.
This make no smell, but for me, if I'm gonna be sometimes riding alone, for me, you can poop outside and you don't need to clean up the toilet. So the last part in the middle section is this fridge, which I already broke. And it's not Chris' fault, to be honest. It's this, what is it called? Webasto? Also,
No, this is the
Dometic.
yeah.
Dometic fridge. Nice fridge. I don't know how many liters.
140.
140 liters. We already got a cool wine, which we will open after we get back to Chris' office. Obviously, we don't drink and drive, as you know. For this part of the section, we've got the water here. Also, there is a freezer. So if you wanna have ice ready or some kind of I don't know which meat, probably frozen fruit, you can have it stored in the freezer. Also, this can run non-stop. You don't need to switch it out. It's self-sufficient from the solars. I don't know, 480 watts of solar, so that's enough for everything. Even we are sitting here like in the middle of the day. We have the monitor which consumes about 55 watts of power. Also, we are charging the notebook. We have Starlink, and the battery is still on 100%, even with the fridge and everything around. So the solars can power the whole car without so we are in need of anything. So we are self-sufficient. Only the water. This is a case. We've got 150 liters.
160.
160 liters. But I am ordering a new device, which you can park near the river and put the water, clean it inside the device, and you can fill the tank as well, which can run, I think, like 150 liters per one charge of this device, which will be just for the water tanks. So this car, the aim of this car is to be self-sufficient 100% with the electricity, with the water, and probably we can go to Africa. I think like this van is ready, and I think like Chris will sometimes, I hope he's gonna share some kind of stuff from our YouTube channel or our Instagram page. So if you want to see more about this car, you can definitely subscribe to my YouTube channel, bigmototrip.com. That also there will be a web page, but Big Moto Trip is the site. And also my second channel is HURAMOBIL with my name connected. That's mainly for reviewing the products which will be used in this car, like those monitors, also power banks, new power devices like the big banks, which I cooperate with. But if you would like to see more from this van, from the like living in the van, traveling with the van, just subscribe to Big Moto Trip. That will be my main channel in English, because the other one is in Czech. So thank you for touring the van, and maybe Chris will tell you something about more things technically here, about the numbers and so on. So I will take the camera back and Chris will say the rest.
All right, so before Petr learns all of the features, I will just very shortly tell you what we have here. So we have the Red Vision display from Redarc, which shows us all of the monitoring, all of the levels of batteries, water and everything. You have possibility to switch on and off the lights, all the main necessities, the pump, Starlink, the cooker. So whenever this is like the place where you control your van. Then you have the 3000 watt whisper power inverter, which can handle all of the 230 volt features that Petr will be using. And we have 400 amps of lithium batteries paired with 480 watts of solar power, and the possibility to plug in a blanket, just in case if anytime ever Petr would experience that he has not enough power, we can add 300 watts of solar power within a blanket. We will be now testing the whole thing. Maybe it's not really necessary because today we are using a lot of power and it's already doing a good job. So we have a sink here, quite a big one. I really like big sinks, so you can do a clean all of the fruits and veggies and meat and whatever you usually use here. So there's a lot of space. Also, you don't have to necessarily wait when your dishes are dried, so you can just leave them here, cover with this unit, extend your countertop. But this one is the longest countertop you can find in the camper van. Actually, this one is nearly 2 meters long. This one, it's like nearly 2 meters long. Here you can put an espresso, so whatever little small coffee maker, which Petr will decide which one he wants to put. There's a lot of them that work because you can adjust it. It can be bigger, it can be smaller, doesn't matter. Some little shelves exactly for paper towel, for some soaps and stuff like that. Little window, as Petr said, a lot of storage. So all aluminum construction cabinets, very lightweight. 140 liters fridge, this is what we know. And coming back to the shower itself, it's the biggest shower that we have in our vans. It's 1 meter on 80 centimeters with a little sink with hot and cold water, with Klesana C1 toilet that packs all of the poop in the bags and vacuums it. No smell. You can throw it away anywhere you like. You can just dig it in the nature because the bags are biodegradable, so you can use it like that. Very important, we have a vent and we have heating, so anytime you will have wet clothes, you can just dry them in about 30 minutes. When your girlfriend, your wife, doesn't like cold feeling under her feet in the shower, before you use the shower, you turn on the diesel heater for about 3 minutes. And because this is a fully aluminum construction, it will absorb a little bit of heat and the whole thing will be nice and warm, including the pan. So you never have the feeling that something is cold under your feet. This is a very important feature for the women. As much as important feature it is with the mirror, because they really like to keep themselves classy and beautiful. So obviously we thought about that. We have back screens everywhere. We have insulation package as well. So the back screens can be transformed to insulation in cold winter days. The car is 4-season insulated, so you can use it all around the year. It has the fresh water inside within the box that has its little heating, so the water will never get frozen. All of the electronics are in the box next to the kitchen, so whenever he needs to do any change of fuses or something, it will be very easy. Also, Redarc is displaying whenever there is a broken fuse, for example from the pump, Redarc will show that. Here we have a gas stove. This is the Sol gas. So it is a unit that burns the gas under the glass, so you don't have an open fire. This is a good feature for people who have children, so they don't burn themselves that easy. The reason we went with that one, with the gas one, is that the consumption of power in this vehicle, because of the computers, because of the monitors and everything, will be very high. So we didn't want to introduce induction here, which would be again taking a lot of power. So gas will allow to cook for about a month with the bottle that is built in, and you put all of the gas from the outside. You don't need to switch bottles. There is a plug for LPG station. You can just refill it. So this will save a lot of energy. Right now, when we are using all of the features, we do have enough energy, but obviously not always. We will have sunny days, not always we have nice summer. Maybe you will go somewhere in very cold areas, and there it will be completely different use of the vehicle. So then, while you would like to save some energy, you will be cooking here. A lot of storage. Our slide out table, I will actually sit in front of these crazy monitors, and just in case when Petr is editing his movies and his wife wants to feed the child, he can extend the table like that, so she can have her meal in here, or extend the preparation work so she can work in here, prepare the food and just enjoy it. When he needs to hold a drink, a glass of beer, when he's editing the movies, he can just put it in the cup holder. That's a very cool feature as well. All of these guys you already know, I spoke about it many times. so we know everything about the cabinetry and how we make it. What is very important is also even distribution of heat around this van. So we have vents all around. So we have one vent in the tent. We have one vent here in the lounge, which I'll call it, because this is so huge space that it feels like a lounge. We have one in the shower, one in the bedside, and one in the garage. So whenever in the winter time we can evenly distribute the heat around this whole vehicle. And I really like this monitor. It's the colors and the picture on it is crazy. So I think I will have to invest in my office in such monitor, but not in my van, which is L1H1 Eaglehout, and the monitor will be half of this van pretty much. So safety features, homologated, registered seats. These are the latest technology with all the TÜV certificates and everything. We have ISOFIX in them. We have nice armrests, so whenever you need a comfortable ride, you can do it. You can actually, where is it? It's here. The handle is here, so you can actually pull them down, so you can have more comfy position. They are also mounted on express levers, so if you want to push them front, because you will be making a lot of kilometers and Kate would like to sit in here with more space, you are able to push the seat front and put it back. So these are the comfy seats. This is the most comfy version that we offer. It can be also like in classic camper, like in Heimers, so you can also sit like that if you want, but I don't recommend this one. The table you can take from inside to the outside, obviously, because we have this system everywhere around. We will open the window so we have more fresh air. And my favorite part, as always, driving and exploring the world, the driver's cab, which I will show you now. So this is the area which I like the most, and the experience that I want that my customers and people who will anytime encounter our vehicles is the driving comfort, the sensation and the feeling. So this car has all of the tweaks and all of the perks of such a vehicle. We have beautiful leather, which I shown you in the beginning, but just not in this perspective. We have a very nicely made leather steering wheel. This is the place where you touch the car. This is where you feel the contact with it. This is where you experience all of the stuff. So I really am very, very highly crazy about the driver's position, about the comfort of using it. So as I said before, the whole driver's cab is insulated and sound dampened. And here, obviously, we have Visor Duke and Naviduke from Terra X, which Petr mentioned, and this is his studio. This is how he will be recording. This is a cool stuff. I always needed something like this actually in my vans for recording the videos for you guys. So in my future Eaglehout van, which I'm working on, I will have the whole setup. Then I can set all of the cameras. But this is so cool. They have so many accessories that you can actually have the rear view mirror, you can have electronic mirror, you can have a lot of extra features. And we are their exclusive dealer for European market. So if you want to buy any of these products, King shocks, wheels, whatever, you visit vanlifepolsdirect.com, and there you find the whole thing regarding the products that we deliver. Cool feature here is also charge groove. So this allows you to charge your phone and all of these guys from the original plugs. But usually the Mercedes didn't think about how to distribute the wire to the front. Usually you would have to press the wire with this one or keep it open if you want to charge something. So Terra X came with that little charge groove that you could just put your wires in this little hole slots and do it like that, and you don't have to cut them in. And I think that's it. I mean, you've seen our vans many times. There's a lot of things in this van that make it very special, and for me, as I said, the whole package, the coloring, I love the coloring in this van, but the whole thing, the leathers, the suspension, and the whole sensation is very, very important. You can follow us on our social media, Instagrams, Facebooks, everywhere. You just type in Adventure Van Conversions and our webpage, adventurevanconversions.com. Check the van, check our offer, and just follow for some new, sweet, crazy builds that we are actually performing around Europe and in the United States of America in Rancho Cucamonga in California. See you next time, Chris Adventure Van.